And I'm Georgie.
And we're the Happy Vegan Couple. Wait, okay, we nailed it. You know I'm going to say wait till you see what we got. But we have such a good dish for you. At least we think so. Right, Georgie?
Exactly. It's just in time for those summer picnics that's got going on and everything. It's a chickpea salad with a homemade tofu cashew mayonnaise. And we're going to be serving it on homemade flaxseed crackers. So I got 3 different little recipes here for you on this one. Denise has got some very interesting information on this little dish that we got going. So Denise, I'll let you talk a little bit on what you wanted to say.
Well, first let me just say, the great thing about the chickpeas themselves, you know, chickpeas are like garbanzo beans. Great fiber, great protein. And then it's mixed with all kinds of great little veggies. And that mayonnaise, it's got no oil, no eggs. And we're serving it on Dr. Greger's flaxseed crackers. So, but I want to tell you one of the other things that I think is so great about this recipe. So, because we're making flaxseed crackers, you know flax seeds have the omega-3 for you. And it's a great source of those short size omega-3s instead of having to have it from fish. Now, why am I saying that? Okay, we worry about a lot of you who might still be taking in fish because so much of the fish today is polluted.
You got to think about it. Everything that is processed and everything has water in it is drained right into the ocean.
Yeah, and Dr. Greger, in his book, talks about all that. And I'm going to just share a little bit. We keep talking about this book because this book is the science of nutrition. You know, Dr. Michael Greger of nutritionfacts.org, he is not selling supplements, not selling just anything that you have to go buy from his website. What he's selling is knowledge, going through all that plant-based literature. So in the book, he talks about how polluted fish are. And I just want to share some of that with you, okay? So he says, I don't recommend fish oil, since even purified or distilled fish oil has been found to be contaminated with considerable amounts of PCBs and other pollutants. So much so that taken as directed, salmon, herring, and tuna oils would exceed the tolerable daily limit of toxicity. This may help explain the studies that found adverse effects of fish consumption on cognitive function in both adults and children. And then he talks about one of these studies. An elite group of Floridians, mostly corporate executives, were studied. These folks ate so much seafood, because you know they're from Florida, that at least 43% of them exceeded the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's safety limit for mercury, and it appeared to have an effect. The researchers found that excessive seafood intake, which they defined as more than around 3 to 4 servings per month. Now, I bet a lot of you wouldn't think 3 to 4 servings a month is a lot, but this is what they're saying in this scientific study. So they said 3 to 4 servings per month of such fish as tuna or snapper elevates your mercury levels and appear to cause cognitive dysfunction. Now he says the effect wasn't large, about a 5% decrease in cognitive function, but would you want to have your cognitive function decreased at all if you don't have to have it?
It don't sound fun.
Okay, so as he says, a health conscious and achievement-oriented person would not likely welcome this cognitive dysfunction coming from eating fish. Okay, more about fish pollutants. He says, today, most DDT comes from meat, particularly fish. The oceans are essentially humanity's sewer, what Georgie was just saying. Everything eventually flows into the sea. Yep. The same is true when it comes to dietary exposure to PCBs, another set of banned chemicals. A study of more than 12,000 food and feed samples across 18 countries found that the highest PCB contamination was found in fish and fish oil, followed then by eggs, dairy, and other meats. Of course, the lowest contamination was found at the bottom of the food chain in plants. Okay, and he also says one more thing, that the highest levels of flame retardants in the U.S. food supply have been found in fish. Okay, so these last two things that I was talking about comes from his chapter, How Not to Die from Parkinson's Disease. And this is actually close to home for me, because my father had Parkinson's disease, and at the very end of his life, it so affected him that he couldn't hardly swallow anymore, and he was just about having to go on a Paride diet because he was aspirating his food. And my father and mom ate the standard American diet, lots of fish and everything else, and gosh, who knows if that was the cause of my father's Parkinson's disease, all the pollutants from that fish. We don't know, but I'm not following that path. So, anyways, we again thank Dr. Greger for sharing the science with us so we can make informed, knowledgeable decisions, right? Okay, exactly. So that's some reasons why this recipe is really great for you. The flaxseed is going to give you your short omega-3s, and you're going to get fiber and protein, and then of course all the other antioxidants and all the vegetables. We put some chia seeds in also, so that was going to give you some of those superfood nutrition as well. Okay, so folks, watch the video and try it, okay? See you at the end, right, Georgie?
Let's go.
All right, let's get to cooking.
Okay. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna make a chickpea salad right now. First thing I'm gonna have is 1 can of garbanzo beans that we get at Trader Joe's. I've strained them and rinsed them off and put them in the bowl here. Okay, I'm gonna have a 1/4 cup of celery, 1/4 cup of green onions, 1/4 cup of red bell peppers, 1/4 cup of kosher dill pickles that we get at Trader Joe's again, mustard, lemon juice, 1 garlic clove, and some homemade mayo that we made a little while ago. Salt and pepper. Okay, what I'm going to show you first is how to cut up your piece of celery, just so you don't want big pieces, you want as small as you can. I start from the top and slice down. You've got 4 little slices. Got 1, 3, and then just nice and thin. You don't want them thick because it's all about the same size.
All right.
Okay, the green onion, cut it in half. First thing I do is cut the end of it off. You don't want those little things. Same way. All about uniform size. This dish is good for picnics. You want to take like a dip for people to a party. Okay. The pickle, since they're already sliced like that, is pretty easy. Just straight down the same way.
I love having pickles in something. Actually, I learned recently pickles are like one of the favorite foods in the macrobiotic cuisine.
Okay, I'm going to mash them up, the chickpeas, so you can see what they look like before they get mashed.
And you can make them from scratch, your own garbanzo beans, you know, cook them in a slow cooker or on the stove. It'll actually save you money. But we decided to make this with canned chickpeas because we wanted to, and of course chickpeas and garbanzos are the same thing. Exactly. But we wanted to show you, you know, that it can be very quick and easy to just use the canned form. So whatever works for you. And let's see how you're mixing that up. All right. I love that smell.
Okay, what I'm going to do now, put everything inside. All my veggies that I just cut up. My celery, my onions.
And of course, garbanzo beans is a great source of protein, a great source of fiber.
Bell peppers.
It's a wonderful legume.
Pickles. Okay. lemon juice, 2 teaspoons. 1 garlic clove minced up. You can see it nice and small so it doesn't. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of organic mustard, yellow. You can use any kind of mustard that you'd like, whatever your little taste bud desires.
And here comes our homemade mayo. Wow.
3 tablespoons. 1.
Okay, we're going to tell everybody, this is actually our first time making it. We were hoping it was going to turn out great, and Georgie loves it. He thinks, what did you say? It tastes just like what
mayonnaise.
people are used to, but this time we don't have any eggs, we have no oil.
While I was prepping all this a little while ago, I cut up some celery and I was dipping it in the celery and eating it. So. Okay, here we go with some 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Oop, that was a little more.
Now I just want to remind people about the Dirty Dozen list. If you don't know about that, Google it. The Dirty Dozen list tells you what produce has been tested to have the most pesticide residues on it. So celery is on there. So if you can, please buy organic celery.
Yep, 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
Gonna mix this up. Oh.
Wow, look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? Wow. And
no animals were harmed in the making of this, remember that?
Yes.
None
no
of that
animals were harmed, and we're also helping the climate by not hurting the animals and not growing animals for food.
All that mercury and all that fish that people used to eat, all that, what do they call it, tuna? There you go. I'm going to dish this up and put it in a serving bowl, and I'll be right back to taste it. How's that?
All right, can't wait.
Okay, everyone. Here is my chickpea salad. I gave you 2 different ways to serve it. Once doubled on the crackers already. I made homemade flaxseed crackers with it, and I made homemade tofu cashew mayonnaise. So I'm going to put a little bit on here.
Georgie, that looks so appetizing the way you laid all that out. It's just so beautiful.
It looks good, huh?
Yes.
These little plates that I have here, I got from my favorite thrift store, the Golden Goose. Okay, let's see what this tastes like. It tastes just like that stuff I used to eat 3 or 4 years ago. It's delicious. It turned out great.
All right, we can't wait.
Wow.
4th of July picnic dish.
There you go.
Here you go. All right.
Nobody will know the difference. I'll guarantee you.
Try it.
Okay. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, everyone, let's make this no egg, no oil mayonnaise. Okay. I'm going to kind of read off what I'm going to put in this first. What we're going to do is we got a 1/4 cup of cashews that I soaked for a couple hours. I really didn't have to because I have a Vitamix and it blends them up pretty well. We get our tofu for this recipe from Trader Joe's. It's organic and it's very extra firm. And what I do is I'm only using half of it, so I have an extra one just to show you. I got a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of tahini. I got a 1.5 teaspoons of lemon, or actually 4 teaspoons of lemon juice. I'm going to use chia seeds to thicken it up. Instead of using the Xantex, how do you say it?
I think xanthan gum, which
gum.
is an ingredient most people do not have in their covers unless maybe they're gluten-free.
And it's pretty expensive. But anyway, we're going to try the chia seeds in it this time. And then I've got a 1.5 teaspoons of white vinegar. I have 1 tablespoon of mustard, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of water. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of guava syrup. Okay, let's get all this put in this blender. First I'm going to do is the cashews.
And those were raw cashews.
Raw cashews. 7 ounces. I just cut in half. It's like 16 ounces, so about 8 ounces of tofu. The salt, a half a teaspoon of salt. A half a teaspoon of tahini. Kind of thick stuff.
And of course, most, if not all, our ingredients are organic, right, Georgie?
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are.
And perhaps the white vinegar is not organic, but
No,
I think
I didn't.
everything else is.
Okay. Then we have the chia seeds, my lemon juice,
Which of course is hand squeezed.
Right, 4 teaspoons of lemon juice was fresh. The teaspoon and a half of vinegar, of white vinegar. My mustard, 1 tablespoon. By the way, here it's raining in Tucson today.
Yay, it's monsoon season.
Nice monsoon seasons.
Yay for the plants.
Apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. My guava syrup, 1 tablespoon. And I believe that's oh, did I get my water? 2 tablespoons of water.
All right.
And that should be ready to go. Okay, just gonna do it nice and quiet here.
See how that looks.
Mix it up, get your consistency. I think we're going to have to add a little bit of water. Shut it off. Push it down with me.
Now, Georgie, how would someone else know whether they should add a little more water or not?
See the consistency in there? Of how thick it is?
Right.
It's too thick.
Okay.
So a little bit more water.
Alrighty.
Let me get some more. I'm sure everyone remembers what the thickness of mayonnaise is. Is that oily stuff?
Yeah, I'm so happy we have a recipe that doesn't have the oil. And it might be because we're using a very thick tofu. The extra firm is a high protein tofu, so maybe that's partly why we need a little more water. That tofu doesn't
Altogether, I put about 6 tablespoons of water. You just put it to desired thickness.
Everybody's seeing it happen as it happens. And you can see that it's getting
Let's get a check here. I have to do it a little bit more blending, I believe. Yeah, it's not yet ready.
Let's see.
You can see what it kind of, almost the consistency.
All right. Well, should we pause for a moment?
Yeah, let's pause and I'll mix this up a little bit more water and we'll be done.
All righty.
Okay?
Quick pause.
Okay, everyone, this is what it ended up blending up. You got a thickness of what would be mayonnaise. Look at that. Just spreadable. We're going to put it in the fridge for about hour, and then we're gonna use it as a spread for sandwiches, whatever. I'm real happy with the consistency that this came out. It's got a little bit of a mustardy flavor. If you don't like a lot of mustard, just cut back on the mustard. But I'll show you as it pours out here.
And also, we used yellow mustard.
Yes.
The initial recipe called for stone ground, and we didn't have that. So we might try that, like when we finish this mustard jar, get some stone ground, and the next time see if there's much of a difference in flavor.
There you go.
All right.
They call it vegan mayonnaise.
All righty.
All
Looks
right.
great, Georgie.
All right. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, everyone, let's get started on these crackers. What we're going to have is 2 cups of ground flaxseed. I'm putting up some shallots, so they kind of look like a little garlic bulb. I'm only going to put about 3 little chopped up ones, really fine, to add some onion flavor. And then we got this grilling seasoning. It's a vegetable. It's got about up to 10 different seasonings in it. We're going to put a couple teaspoons of that in our mixture. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to have 1 cup of water. So it's 2 cups of flaxseed and 1 cup of water. So let's go ahead and mix this up. And we'll make these crackers. I've already put 1 cup inside this bowl. 1 cup, 2 cups.
And that is organic flaxseed.
Organic, yes it is. Our grilling seasonings, we're going to put 2 teaspoons. 1, 2, and then my little shallots. And then my 1 cup of water.
Filtered, of course.
Yep, filtered water. Yes, we're going to mix this up till we get a paste. It's already forming a paste here, you can see that. Okay, that looks pretty well mixed up. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my parchment paper down. By the way, I've got the oven at 400 degrees. We're going to cook it for about 20 minutes. I'm just going to plop this down on the parchment paper and spread it out as thin as you can.
So what does it feel like as you're doing that?
The texture?
Yeah, I mean...
I don't know how would I explain it. A doughy, a real dough. I'm not sure. So why don't you tell us some of the benefits of flaxseed, Denise, while I'm spreading this?
Well, one of the main things is that it's a wonderful source of your omega-3 fatty essential acids, and it's a animal-free source. So while some people take fish oil pills or eat fish for their omega-3s, as we were talking about before, that can be very bringing in a lot of pollutants because the fish are so polluted now in our ocean. Even the farm fish eat the fish from the ocean, so you're not getting away from all those, the mercury and the other toxic chemicals that industry has basically used the ocean as a disposal for. So if you're going to just use organic flaxseed for your omega-3s, that is just such a healthier way to go. At least that's what we think so. And all the plant-based doctors we follow, that's what they would recommend.
Okay, now what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to use the back side of a butter knife, not the serrated knife, but the back side. And I'm just going to score it to make little crackers.
Okay.
You can make them as thick as... you can see it's pretty thin. I mean, well, it's kind of maybe hard to tell on the thing, but I've got it pretty thin there.
Yeah, I can see that.
Let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2.
And of course, you can put any kind of toppings on your flaxseed crackers.
Exactly.
Or just eat them by themselves.
Here's what you got, an
yeah,
idea?
that's good, Georgie.
Okay, I'll put these on this baking sheet. It's just a plain old baking sheet. Like I said, I have the oven at 400. I'm going to cook them for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you kind of check them. They should be nice and dry. Take them out, let them cool out, and we'll come back and see what they look like. Okay?
All right, sounds good.
Okay. Okay, everyone, I'm going to look at my crackers. They've been cooking for 20 minutes at 400. I'm going to take them out of the oven, let them sit for about 15 minutes or 20 minutes, let them cool down before I can break them up into crackers. Oh, that's what they look like. Nice little bite-sized crackers.
Yeah.
All right, let's come back in about 15-20 minutes and we'll take them apart.
Okay, Georgie.
Okay. Okay, everyone, my crackers have cooled down a little bit. Actually, you can take them and pull them apart. Play them down because I had scored them earlier if you watched the video in the beginning. So we're gonna try to make maybe a chickpea salad to eat these with. Pretty simple recipe.
You gonna taste one, Georgie?
There you go, flaxseed crackers.
Yeah.
Okay? Oh, good consistency, good flavor. Could have used a little bit more onions, but I'm right on with this. Okay? Let's get started on the other parts and we'll come back and try this.
All right, Georgie.
Okay? Okay, everyone, there's my chickpea salad with tofu, mayonnaise, and flaxseed
Homemade.
crackers. Oh yeah, everything's homemade. Everything's homemade, everything's delicious, everything was easy. Also, I want to tell you one more thing. You can substitute potatoes for the chickpeas if you want.
Yeah.
Make a potato salad.
Because that mayonnaise
Versatile.
is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to use mayonnaise for, you could use this. It was really good.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, enjoy. Until next time, I'm Denise.
And I'm Georgie.
And we're the
Happy
Happy
Vegan
Vegan
Couple.
Couple. Go
Go
plant-based.
plant-based.
Recipe coming up next.
Love you.
Bye. Stay healthy.
Bye.